Welcome to my channel, I'm Bea. My channel is about art journaling, mixed media, collage, assemblage and anything else that sparks my interest. Now enjoy my video. Hi all, welcome to another Strathmore Artjournal page. For those who don't know, I run an art journal class in my studio, and when I prepare their page as a suggestion for them what they can do, I filmed them also, so couldn't open that lid, so I'm gonna do it that way. So that's a page I just did show some samples, and I'm gonna cover that up with black gesso. And I'm gonna use a roller to spread it, and I have protected with this green, which is actually a table runner, a plastic one. I really try not to have black gesso everywhere, but I want to cover up that, and I want the black background. I think I need a little bit more. And I love the structure you get when you use a roller. It's not the same as when you use it with a brush. I'm trying to cover up everything here. And now I have to let it dry. So now that the gesso is more or less dry, I want to add splatters just with metallic. I have full card sterling silver, bronze, solid bronze, and there's Inca gold. But you could use any other metallic paints you have. I just wanted to do splatters, so it means I have to maybe thin it out a little bit, maybe not, maybe just a tiny bit. So, and I use one of those fan brushes, and I simply tap it over my graphite, or you could use maybe a little bit more down here. Another brush. Okay. So while the background is drying, I'm gonna work on some polypropylen paper. It's similar like Yupo. It's from Amsterdam. It's the acrylic art pad, and it's a very smooth, shiny, plasticky paper, so it's non-porous. And I'm gonna play with alcohol inks. I use like the one from Pen Art. I use those from Viva Decor. I even have a little bit of the Ranger ones, and I do have somewhere some Pinata, so it doesn't matter with what brand you work, except that maybe they have the colors you like or don't have the colors you like. So what I also going to use is an isopropylalcohol, and I pour it into a container. I don't put it in the spritzer so much. It's not really healthy to breathe in the sprays. So I rather use it in a little container, and I have one of those pipettes. Now I have to decide what colors. Egyptian blue sounds good to me. What else do we have? Topaz blue sounds good to me. Do I want some bronze, some metallics? Yeah, maybe I go for some metallics too, like bronze. Oh, there's a board rose. Maybe I'm gonna empty it. Then I have here maybe a little bit of currant color. Morning glory. Green? No. Some white coffee? Nope. That's my own mixture. I don't remember what it is. But coral blue sounds good to me too. I need some turquoise. There's not a lot of left of the Ranger Aqua. We'll see. So anyway, I'm gonna start by adding some alcohol to my paper and just let it roll around. I want rather light colors. So now the first thing I'm gonna add before I add any alcohol ink is I'm gonna add some mica powders. And I try to have just a bit. I'm actually gonna zoom you in. Wrong way. I know there's a lot of glare, I'm sorry about that, but that's the nature of the beast. There's nothing I can do about it. And I certainly can't take it off and tilt it because it's all liquidy here. So bear with me. I just try to make a little bit more room for maybe even go in a little bit more. Now the camera has a problem. Here we go. Okay, now I have the mica powder here. Now I start adding my alcohol inks, and there's still a lot of alcohol here. Just adding drops. I also gonna add the bronze mixative, and you always have to shake those because again there's mica powder. I recommend doing that in a well ventilated area because there is certainly a smell to it. Sorry. Talking and playing is sometimes hard. Now I'm gonna let it move a little bit. And I think it is a little bit too much dark for me, for what I have planned. So I grab a second piece of Yupo paper and voila. Now I have two. So again using the isopropyl alcohol. I'm so sorry you can't see it. Maybe if I move it a little bit so that you can see what it happens with the mica powder and the purple here. It's kind of hard to see in the camera. So that has to dry naturally, and I will take a picture and put it into the video so you actually can see what it looks like right now because there's too much glare. So it is dry now, and I did take a picture you're gonna see in the video. I'm gonna add a little bit more alcohol ink, not alcohol ink, isopropyl alcohol. And I use one of those fan brushes. It is nice, but I want a little bit more going on, so I'm gonna add some splatters to reactivate the thing a little bit. And it is up to you how much you want. But it starts to mingle and pushing the paint out again. Maybe in some spots I even add some tiny drops. I will certainly hear something going on, because it's really dark there. I think it looks more interesting that way. You could go on for hours with that kind of play. A little bit here, a little bit there. Again, that has to dry. And you can use a heat tool. Just make sure that you don't get too close and that it isn't too hot, because it's plastic. It's gonna melt. Now the next step gonna be, we're gonna use the, what is it called? The layered Dragonfly steel rule die from Tim Holtz, and I'm gonna actually zoom you out again a little bit. So here we are. So I think I kind of want like this part. I have my usual sandwich. I don't need the platform. I just need my cutting plate. We'll simply gonna run it through. And now I have the Dragonfly, so it is easy to cut through these papers. You can't tear it, but you can cut it easily. Next, I'm gonna need my platform. I'm gonna emboss it. So for my next step, I'm gonna use some modeling paste. It's a light modeling paste. It's white. And this stencil, and I'm not going for a perfect pattern, so, and I go for a light application. I don't want to go so thickly because it's an art journal and I don't want those bumpy things, so just want some white around the edges. Not in a neat manner, just something going on around here. It's a paper stencil and it just did rip. Oh well. Just get it. Probably because the paint wasn't quite dry. but it's okay with me. I'm gonna clean that, and then I'm gonna dry that too. My next step is to add some gold wax paste to the Dragonfly, but I'm also gonna put it up here on the trellis pattern. Just adding a little bit of paste on my finger, and I'm actually gonna rub it first here so that I don't have too much. I really want just the lines to highlight, and if I can avoid the areas where there are no veins, I would actually prefer it. You can avoid it all the time, but just a little bit. I want to attach those dragonflies, but I also have this little saying. It is in German, and it says the life doesn't have to be, let's see it, the life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. I'm actually gonna go around a little bit with the black marker. Even so, I'm gonna put it on a black page. It still looks better, in my opinion. No longer. So now we have to arrange our dragonflies. Do I want to cut off or not? Or do I want... I don't think I want to cut her off. I'm gonna use the modeling paste. I wouldn't recommend a liquid medium, but you certainly could use like a gel matte or something like that. I have the modeling paste here, so I'm gonna use it. My goal is not to completely glue it down. I actually want the wings a little bit free, so I only add the modeling paste to the body and the head. Here we are. Another art journal page. As usual, you're going to see a picture at the end of the video.